Is Dubai absolutely a safe place to invest in real estate, especially for foreigners?
Yes, Dubai is a very safe place.
How important will is in Dubai for a real estate investor?
I always advise the investor to get their will done because if you don't have a will, the Sharia laws come into play.
We do understand that it's not for a regular or routine, but when some things go wrong, there is a law which protects investor and developer both.
Yes. The law is equally balanced.
Ever wondered what happens if at all the real estate deal goes wrong or there is any delay? Most of the people in real estate ignore it until it's too late. We have Mr. Navandeep Singh Matta with us today. He is a real estate lawyer in UAE. Thank you, Mr. Navandeep Matta, for joining us today.
Thank you, Jasmeet ji, for having me here. It's a pleasure to be here and I'm looking forward to this podcast.
Mr. Navandeep, the viewers want to know, is Dubai absolutely a safe place to invest in real estate, especially for foreigners?
Dubai has come a very long way since it started in 2006 and 7 when Sheikh Mohammed declared certain areas as freehold properties. Yes, Dubai is a very safe place. The legal jurisprudence and laws have evolved over a period of time. Dubai, as you know, is known as quite a dynamic and a futuristic city. It's an ambitious city. It wants to give the best to its people. It's attracting a lot of investors through property. It is a safe place. When you buy a property, there is a proper land department, which is called the Dubai Land Department, who's going to issue a title deed. It's fully recognized under law, and nobody can take that property away from you if it's registered before the Dubai Land Department. 100% secured, without any hassles.
Navandeep, Dubai real estate has come up a long way. What do you think about the legal structure around it? Is it mature enough or is it still evolving?
I think Dubai legal laws, real estate laws come a long way since 2006 when it was declared freehold. Foreign investors were invited to invest in Dubai. Right now, we have a very robust system when somebody is buying a property, whether it's off plan, which is regulated by interim property laws, or whether you're buying a ready to move in property, which is also governed. DLD has given a fixed format like Form F to buy a property. So I believe it has evolved. It's evolving day by day. It has its own challenges because since it's a diverse country, people from all over the world are investing. Laws are keeping pace with changing times.
I understand completely what you're saying because every day, now you just mentioned some time back about tokenization of the property also.
Yes.
Which was not there earlier.
Yes.
There's something new.
This is new.
Laws around it will also be new when it comes up.
Yes. So Dubai Land Department has recently issued a tokenized certificate. That means a unit will have small portions, a tokenized portion.
Multiple owners will own one unit.
Multiple owners will, and they will issue a title deed.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So secured. Have you ever heard a country, I mean, you can have a token, you can have a share of a property in Dubai sitting in India.
Yeah.
It's a game changer.
Absolutely. What are the key rights investor has when they're buying property? Because most of them are international investors. They come from all different places. So what are the key rights when they are investing in property in Dubai?
So first and foremost, right, that an investor has that their money that they're sending to the developer is secured.
Okay.
Because that is governed by the escrow law. Each developer is mandated to have an escrow account while launching a project. The DLD RERA will not allow a developer launch a project without having an escrow account. Number one, when an investor is investing, always keep in mind that you should not transfer any money to the developer's corporate account. That is one common thing I've noticed in my career as a real estate lawyer, that people sometimes end up transferring the off-plan amount, initial EOI sometimes, to a corporate account without knowing there's a specific escrow account which can be verified going to the Dubai Land Department website.
Okay.
Because each project has an escrow account with a specific bank.
Right.
And that project will be approved by the DLD before it's been launched and it's been marketed.
Here, I just want to clarify one more thing, that I understand that down payment should go to the escrow account.
Yeah.
But the admin related fees and DLD charges, they have to be deposited in the corporate account of the developer. That's what my understanding is. Is that correct?
No. Even that also goes through an escrow account.
Okay.
I mean, what I have come across that it's always better to transfer the DLD fees and the admin fees of Dubai Land Department in the escrow account because it's streamlined. It's there.
Okay.
Yes. So, of course, when you're signing an EOI and then followed by a sale purchase agreement, you're paying 20% or 24% of the property value when it's launched. So, the developer will be taking different checks.
Okay.
So, you'll be making a down payment of 20% depending upon the payment plan also, and 4% will be the Dubai Land
Department charges.
And that 4% will become the part of the Okud.
Okay.
Okud is like an interim property register which will make sure that the property or the unit that you have booked is registered with the Dubai Land Department.
So here, one thing which many people ask, and generally the real estate advisors do not have an answer.
Okay.
What is the difference between Okud and a title deed?
So Okud is, you can say, a document issued by the land department which in an off-plan property, which is reserving your right as an investor that this unit number has been booked by this person, and you have paid the 4% DLD charges. Once the handover is given to you, then Article 22 of Law number 6 of 2007, you shall have your title deed. Once the property is ready, it's there. Now, a lot of people are asking me, when can I flip? How does it work? How does the flipping thing works? So each developer have their own mechanism depending upon 30 to 40 to 50% of the total project value or whatever the payment plan is. So you have to give 40 to 50, sometimes 30, and get an NOC from the developer to sell that property as an off-plan unit.
Right.
So again, in that also, investors have to make sure that the investor or the buyer who's planning to buy an off-plan property in a secondary market should have an Okud.
So title deed is the final document for the property registration. Once everything is done, and when you buy the property, you get a Okud if it is under construction.
Yes.
And when the handover happens, completion certificate is issued, the handover is done, then the final title deed is issued to the investor who's buying the property.
Yes.
Okay. So I think that clarifies a lot of things, because a lot many people are confused between Okud and title deed. What's the difference? So I think you clarified.
Okud is just
pre-title deed.
Pre-title deed, you can say it, or it's basically DLD saying this property belongs to this person, and once it's ready, we will issue. And once the investor pays the full payment of the value of the property, the title deed will be issued by the Dubai Land Department.
Many buyers, while buying property, they sign the agreement, and like any other office, whether you go to a bank or you go to a real estate people, the documents are quite long, and to read all of it will take a lot of patience and a lot of time. So what are the things you would suggest a buyer should take care before signing the agreement?
I think read the document. Read the document in totality. See the credibility of developer. That is before even signing it. So what I tell my investors before they invest, go to Dubai Land Department, put the developer's name on project status.
Okay.
And see how many projects he has done.
Already done that.
Already done. Have there been any cancellations, project? Is there been any delay? Because it's all regulated. It's all online. Yeah. And DLD is keeping a check on the off-plan projects of the developer as well. And they are doing rigorous checks and updating on the Dubai Land Department how much percentage has been done. What's the completion percentage of the whole project. Right. So an investor will get a ballpark idea about the credibility
of the developer.
So that is one thing. Now, secondly, I usually tell my investors go through a proper broker and a brokerage firm.
Right.
Absolutely. Very important. Don't get allured by people who are just giving you some kind of a kickback, because you're not allowed to have a kickback from a broker. Number
Absolutely.
one, because you have to be a regulated broker to receive sums.
Right.
Third is that when you are signing, always see the dispute resolution clause.
Right.
Does it say Dubai courts? Does it say DIFC courts? DIAC is an arbitration? Is the what is the dispute resolution system?
Right.
Very pertinent to mention here to see the penalty clause. What happens if there is a delay by the developer? How is he going to compensate you
Right.
for the delay in possession? For example, I'm supposed to get a handover this year, and developer misses the handover and doesn't give me a handover by the end of this year. And usually there's always a gap of 1 year that the RERA DLD gives to developer to complete the project.
Okay.
But if that is missing, if not that is not completed on time, then you have your right to either cancel the contract, go for damages.
Okay.
There are different avenues available depending upon what is written in the SPA.
Which generally doesn't happen here. For the last 3-4 years, we are seeing that developers are also now keeping up with the compliances. But if at all it happens, the developer delays, then what is the right with the investor?
So developer has, if developer has to hand over the property within a specific period of time, so usually the land department will give them a 1 year period to hand over.
Okay.
So if they are not able to hand over the project within 1 year, what was decided in the SPA,
Right.
then there is always a penalty clause in the SPA which developer is giving to the
Liable
investor.
to pay, yeah.
So the investor has to read, in case there's a delay, how much money or how much he will be getting it.
Okay.
Because each SPA will have different things. So some SPA will say you will get 100 dirhams per day per day. Some SPA will give you like a 4% per month, depending upon what's there in the penalty
So
clause.
you mean to say that the SPA is a very important document?
SPA is a very important document.
Before signing or before getting into agreement, the investor must read SPA.
The investor must read an SPA. The investor must vet the SPA through a lawyer. A lot of times I've negotiated SPAs with developers. Developers sometimes say, "Oh, this is it. If you want to buy or don't buy." I would suggest, if the developer has a listening ear and want genuine investors, can change the payment terms sometimes, or even the dispute resolution clause, or even the penalty clause.
Right.
So these are very important things to look into SPA.
Navandeep, you're here for long now. And in city of rapid development, what are the common disputes between investor and developer you have seen?
Quite a lot of disputes are coming from the investors' sides and from the developers, and depending upon. So the disputes the developer are going after investors are when they default on the payment plan. But the dispute from the investor side towards the developer is, sometimes what developers show and what you get at the handover are different.
The specifications are different.
Specifications are different. Sometimes you in your SPA, a size is mentioned, and when you get the handover, the size is less. So developer can only curtail till 5%. If it's more than 5%, then of course the developer has to compensate you for the if the size has not come appropriate.
Okay.
Even though things are very rigorously regulated by DLD and RERA, they are doing inspections and checking the layouts and everything. But in case the developer happens to do that, then the investor has a right to claim damages and compensation.
We do understand that it's not for a regular or routine. But when some things go wrong, there is a law which protects investor and developer both.
Yes. Yeah. The law is equally balanced.
Yeah.
The law is equally balanced because it is not easy to become a real estate developer in Dubai. The laws are very stringent. You have to give 30% of the project value to the RERA as a guarantee, and plus the land has to be owned.
Oh, yeah. By debt-free land, and 30% goes to RERA, and then you start selling.
Then only you get the NOC from the master developer. The master developer gives the NOC to the developer. All things are registered before the Dubai Land Department. The design, the Tarkhizi comes into play. All those things. And once that is done, they have an escrow account designated for that project, where they're going to take investments from the investors for that project. And very important aspect one I have seen here is that sometimes people sign the EOI but then they don't want to go ahead. This is a very common dispute.
Absolutely.
Is EOI refundable or not? Now you have to first sign and see. You have to first see what's written in the EOI because it's governed as per the contract. So if the EOI is saying we will refund if there's a lot of demand and you want to give your checks and you don't get anything, a lot of time developers end up returning the check.
Right.
But sometimes what happens is developer is saying, no, okay, what we can do is we can keep this check but we'll invest it in another project.
Next project.
So that is another common dispute I've come across. So depending upon the understanding that investor has with the developer, a lot of times I've sent like legal notices to developer and we end up getting those checks back because that check was meant for a particular project. So and we said, okay, this is the money was paid for this thing and not for B. So the investor is not interested and then they were gracious enough to return us the checks. That is one dispute. Very important dispute is landlord and tenant issues happening day and night because the rents have gone up. The investors want to cash in more. They want to get the best rental yield of their investments. But now DLD has come up with the interactive rental index. So in that, when you put your HRE number and your DIVA premises, it will show whether there's a rent increase or not.
Okay.
If there is a rent increase, yes, the investor or the landlord has the right to get the more rent. But if there is no increase in rent, then the investor has
to renew the contract
at the same value, and also the terms and condition of the contract tenancy agreement has to be discussed 90 days before the expiry of the tenancy contract.
In this case, both are right in their own place. I mean, the tenant would not want to increase the rent and the investor would want to increase the rent. So Dubai Land Department or Dubai authorities have come up with that rental index as you mentioned.
Yeah.
I think that's a middle way for both of them. Not to fight, not to have a dispute and to move on with whatever index says.
Yes. So a lot of times there's another way of looking at that. Investors usually approach DLD for a valuation. For example, a lot of time, if you're wanting an increase, you need to get the valuation done. If that area has seen a significant increase in rent and somehow yours is not showing. So valuation, if the valuation report says that you can increase, then yes. But after the rental index, interactive rental index has come, it's governed by that. So that's the yardstick whether there's an increase in rent or not. Also, very important thing that I've come across here is that a lot of investors, just simply write, I want you to vacate this apartment, and then after you tell after 1 year, okay, leave the apartment, and then the tenant says, buddy, where's the eviction notice? Notarized eviction notice from the Dubai Land Department. So that is very important. So if the investor wants to evict the tenant and there are only 3 to 4 grounds under which the landlord can evict. I was
about to come to this point that under what circumstances I can get, as an investor, I can get my apartment vacated.
So, of course, if you want to make some capital appreciation, you can sell, and you have to give the reason under the eviction notice, which is 25(2)(d) of law governing landlord and tenants in Dubai, which says that if you want to sell the apartment, you have to give 1 year of eviction notice to the tenant through public notary.
It has to be notarized.
It has to be Dubai court notarized notice with English and Arabic.
Okay.
And the tenant has the right to stay in that apartment for 1 year. And
but he will have to pay the rent.
He will have to pay the rent. There is no second thought about that.
Okay.
He has to honor the payment plan or whatever the checks he has given to you.
Right.
And he can stay there. So that is one. Second is that you can use it for your own use or for a first degree relative.
Okay.
So you can maybe give it to your
In
for
that
the-
case also, I need to give a 1 year
Yes.
notice? Okay.
In
Even
that
if I
case
want to
al-
use it for my use
yes,
also?
yes. If it is
Okay.
for your end use also, you have to give 1 year eviction notice stating that I'm going to use it for my own personal.
Okay.
This unit is for my own personal use, and then please vacate it.
Okay.
If it so RDC is quite technical. So all this comes under the RDC, Rental Dispute Settlements
Center, okay.
Center. If either of the party has defaulted, if there is no proper notarized notice, or there's been default on the rental checks, then yes, eviction proceedings can be initiated against the person.
So what I understand is that, let's say I want to vacate the apartment after, I'll have to give a notice to the tenant
Yeah.
for 1 year.
Yes.
And then what is this 90 days which we mentioned?
So 90 days is a period if you want to change the terms and conditions of the tenancy agreements. For example, I go to the Dubai Land Department and see, okay, there's a rent increase in my rental index now
Okay.
for my unit. And I tell my tenant, hey, here's the report. You're staying in this apartment now, there's a increase of 5%. So your new rent will be enhanced by 5 or 10%, whatever the index is showing.
Right.
So that's a fair way of getting your rental yield.
So that's basically a just settlement between the
Settlement.
both. Agreement on a particular amount that this
Yes.
is where we're going to renew the apartment at.
Yes. So Article 14 is covering that aspect. So any terms and condition that a landlord or a tenant wants to negotiate before the expiry of the tenancy agreement,
Okay.
so they can notify the other party. Usually I suggest that the tenant or the landlord should mention this clause while sending emails.
Okay.
And should start this process 90 days before.
Yeah.
So that the other party is fully informed and there is no gray area, there is no
So that
assumption.
tenant can also find a new place, or he can agree on the terms. Either thing, he should have 3 months, which is fair,
Which
I
is
guess.
fair.
Yeah. Navandeep, we would like you to throw some light on the will. How important will is in Dubai for a real estate investor?
I think it's the most important thing for a real estate investor. The moment you buy a property, I always advise the investor to get their will done, because if you don't have a will, the Sharia laws come into play. Even though there are different laws governing Muslims and non-Muslims, but the default law is the Sharia law. So that means whether it's off plan or whether it's ready to move in property, there'll be different shareholders in that property. The son will get certain percentage, the daughter will get certain percentage, wife will get certain percentage, mother and father will get the certain percentage as per the Sharia law. So there are different divisions. Whereas when there is a will, it'll be things will be very streamlined.
Yeah. So I can decide who should get what percentage of my property if I have a will. If I do not have a will, then the law defines it.
Then the law defines it, and if you're a non-Muslim, you have to tell that I'm a non-Muslim. You file an application. So there are two things. Something is called Alham Sharia, which is the court has to determine who are the successors, who are the beneficiaries of the deceased person. And once that is defined by the court, then you put a case called the Terikat. Terikat is you open an inheritance file. Okay, fine. These are the successors, and you have to file an inheritance case before the court, which will,
which is a long drawn process.
Which is a long drawn process. You need two independent witnesses, to give statement that the person is no more. He was not married to somebody else.
So a will shortens the route of transfer the property to your legal heirs after you, right?
Yes, significantly. It shortens the route because the court will always honor the registered will. So you have three options of getting a will registered: DIFC Courts, Dubai Courts, and Abu Dhabi Judicial Department. I usually suggest people going through Abu Dhabi Judicial Department, reason being it's online, cost effective, and it's fully recognized. It covers the whole of UAE. So happy to guide you on the will aspect as well, your investors.
Thank you, Navandeep, for being with us today and guiding us through the real estate laws and legalities on the site. Since UAE has become global launchpad and global investors are coming to Dubai to invest in real estate, I think the legal aspect, knowing the legal aspect from somebody like Mr. Navandeep was very helpful for all our viewers. Thank you, Navandeep.
It's been a pleasure.
Please subscribe our channel and don't miss our next podcast.